Can you set up a fully functioning YouTube studio for $35? Let's find out. What's up, everyone? I'm the Everyday Dad, and if I can figure it out, you can figure it out. And welcome to Budget Video Production. This used to be called Reviewing the Cheapest, and we're still reviewing the cheapest stuff, but we're not necessarily, it's not always gonna be the cheapest, but what we're trying to do is to find out how you can make better video. And today we're gonna set up a fully functioning YouTube studio for 35 bucks. Now, preface this video that yes, this assumes that you are like, what, a 99% of the population and you already have a cell phone with a camera. So that is not included in the price because you probably already have one. If you don't have one, then yes, asterisk, ding, you'll need to have a cell phone to make this video work. But yeah, what's up? You really need 4 things to make decent online video. Number 1, you need some kind of a camera. You don't need anything fancy, you just need a camera that can take at least 1080p. The cell phone will cover that for us today. On the other hand, you need some way to stabilize that footage because nobody likes shaky footage. It makes everybody nauseous and will never do anything. So you need a way to stabilize it, which are these 2 things. Number 3, and the one that I always focus on, is audio. Like, I spend more money on the audio system that I use than anything else. So you'll need a decent audio solution, which is what we've got here. And then number 4, a good camera will look terrible in bad lighting, but a bad camera can look good in good lighting, and we're gonna do some tricks to get good lighting for basically free. I like free. That's the easiest way to make a video about cheap stuff. You get it for free. So today I've got 3 things that we're gonna combine into a YouTube studio. We've got an Amazon Basics lightweight aluminum tripod. We've got a, I don't know, whatever, the cheapest cell phone holder I could find. And we've got the cheapest lavalier microphone I could find. We're gonna unbox them, we're gonna combine them all with the Google Pixel 3 Alpha. Thanks to the folks over at Google for sending me the Google Pixel 3 Alpha. If you've seen my photos on Twitter, you've seen that I actually like the camera on this a lot. And it's actually a budget camera in and of itself. I'm gonna treat this like my new point and shoot camera because it's pretty good. But anyway, let's combine this all and see what we got. So again, I've been talking about this Amazon Basics tripod basically since I started the channel. Like, this is, if you were looking for a tripod, this is one of the cheapest ways that you can go. Come on, man. It's one of the cheapest. Ugh, where's my knife cutter? Thanks to Jim from Help at Home for this knife cutter that I've been using a lot because I try opening everything myself and it doesn't work out. But I love this Amazon Basics tripod. This is actually the tripod that's holding up my G85 right now. It's cheap, it's sturdy, it just works. I've had one of these. This is not my original one. It eventually broke, but I've had one of these for like 2 years running now. This is one of the best tripods you can get if you just need something to hold a reasonably light camera. It works great. So there is the tripod. Next up, let's talk about the cell phone holder. There's 1,000 cell phone holders out there. The one that I got, like I said, was just the cheapest. All it needs to do is have some kind of way to mount onto the tripod, which this one, in fact, does. We will, come on, don't bite your fingernails so much, Ted, or you'd be able to do this easier on camera. Let's not cut ourselves for the video, though I'm sure self-harm would make it look, make a better clickbait title. But yeah, so it just needs to be something that can hold the cell phone in place for us so we don't get, like, you don't want shaky footage. Like, shaky footage just makes your footage look bad. Just because the human eye is not used to seeing shaky footage, I mean, your eyeball and your brain and your body's designed to be gimbal-like. So your brain's not used to seeing it, and it'll just make your stuff look amateur. So you want a way to hold it. This cheapest thing is just gonna hold that for us, and we're gonna pop it onto the top of this tripod. Makes it really easy. Look at how easy this is. There, now we've got it stabilized. Super easy. And then something that I really like about the Google Pixel 3 Alpha is it has a headphone jack. So we don't need a dongle, we don't need anything else. We're just gonna take this lav mic and we're gonna plug it straight into the camera. But what comes in this bag? Ooh, so we've got the lav mic itself, and I'll leave links to all of this stuff in the description below. But we've got the lav mic, and what I like about this one is, I don't remember the exact brand, but again, I'll leave a link in the description below. But I like that it comes with a TRS connector because it looks like this is designed to just plug into a cell phone. Cameras and cell phones have different audio connectors. Cell phones have what's called TRRS, or tip, ring, sleeve, whereas like regular cameras and other audio equipment that use 3.5mm audio jacks have what's called TRS, or tip ring sleeve. So we've already got the TRRS, so we don't need an adapter, which is great, but it has an adapter. It has extra little fuzzy covers on it in case you lose one. Chances are I will probably lose some of this stuff. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna set this up in the studio really quickly. So So we're gonna set this up in the studio really quickly so you can see how it looks with really good studio lighting, because I've got a really nice light here, the Godox SL60W, which is not a professional light, but it's pretty darn close. I break stuff all the time. Welcome to the Everyday Dad if you haven't swung by before. Okay, and look, we've got a nice long cable there, which helps out. So let's plug this in. Let's clip on the mic because it did come with some case we're clipped in. Let's do both the front and the rear camera because I can see what the front camera's doing. Okay. Okay, and here you go. This is the indoor video quality of the cheapest studio you can set up. So you got good lighting, we got decent audio hopefully, and it should just be working. And you don't need, like, the biggest fallacy that you can see on online video is you don't need a very expensive setup to make this work. You just need to have compelling content that really gets people invested. If you're talking about cameras, or you're talking about tech, or you're talking about something like that, you can set up your storyline to make it very easy. If you have just a story you're trying to tell about your daily life, who cares whether it's in 4K or 1080p? This is 1080p, perfectly fine. Teeny tiny sensor, who cares? Who cares? I'm selling all my full frame cameras because I'm sick of dragging around full frame cameras. Cell phones will do perfectly fine. So yeah, this is the video quality of the front camera. So let's turn it around and see how the video quality in 4K of the rear camera looks. So pause, or stop, I guess, stop. Flip the camera. Flip the camera. We're not gonna be able to, let's record first to at least make sure we're recording. Okay, and this is the main rear camera. So this again, you you don't need to spend that much money. This is 35 bucks. 35 bucks to get a way to stabilize the camera. We'll show you how this should officially be used in a second, which is the way we're gonna use it is natural light, because natural light is free and looks the best. This is just a quick way to show you what it looks like. If you do want to invest in some lighting inside of a studio, this is the kind of quality you can get. Don't spend money. Don't spend money unless you know that this is something you want to do. People ask me all the time what their first camera should be. Your cell phone should be your very first camera, because you may not even like doing this, because sometimes making YouTube videos sucks. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, we're gonna tear all this stuff down, we're gonna take this downstairs, and I'm gonna show you how I would actually use this next to a window with natural lighting that you can get for absolutely free. Free's the best. Okay, see you down there. Okay, and as you can see, we are currently set up in my living room, which gives a lot of natural light. I've got a big window. Now, something you may have noticed, we've switched from the Google Pixel 3 Alpha to my iPhone XR. For some reason, apparently, I don't know why, but the Pixel 3 Alpha is not picking up the microphone, but the microphone works perfectly fine on my iPhone, so we'll figure that out some other day, I guess. But yeah, this is the image quality on the front-facing camera on the iPhone XR. The most important thing to make a camera look good is good lighting. Now, this microphone is going to the A6400 that's recording us over here. This microphone is the one plugged into the camera. So again, you just get started. Like, is there probably more noise, like right here in the shadows? Is there probably more noise here in my face because this is 1080p? Yeah, probably, but honestly, who cares? I watch most of my videos in 720p on my iPhone XR, and I never even see my own video recording. This is 4K right now. I'm not even gonna see that difference. Okay, so this is the front camera. Let's flip it around to the back camera, and again, show you what you can get. Okay, and this is the rear camera that we're talking at. We're doing 4K 30 frames per second on the back here, which, again, I think it looks perfectly fine. Cell phones are so fantastic, and that's why I know I've mentioned this before, I know I mentioned this a lot, but I really want to, so it's a trap that I personally have fallen into of, I gotta buy the newest gear, gotta buy the best gear, more money, more money, more money. You don't actually need to spend all that. I mean, believe me, I need to hear that advice more often than you could probably imagine, because I'm always buying new cameras, I'm always buying new junk, but don't fall into my trap. You just use your cell phone, get started out, find out if you like it, spend 35 bucks, get a stabilized camera that you already have in your pocket, and it'll do fine. What else would you guys like to see? Like I said in the beginning, this video series is now gonna turn more into how can you make better videos on a budget as opposed to just reviewing random cheap crap. So let me know what else you guys would like to see. I've got some ideas for the next month or so, but I'd love to hear what you guys would like to say, and any good ideas that are picked will be featured in that next video. Thanks for watching.